only saying that you can't say fat W bra size only W size. Views ain't half bad. Other viewers turning you into you hate that crap. You're on game, don't claim you ain't that sad. Including the dudes on the UK track. Um, the BSA. So half the time it is not chill. No, for real though, this will be a chill stream. I swear. I will force this to be a chill stream. If you ain't chill, I'll do something. I don't know what I'll do. Yo, Red Kingdom of Italy. Did you hear that I'm making Community Wixo into like a collab channel? Yeah, so do you want to be a part of it? Just like as advertisement for it occasionally? Because we are going to have some sort of like people doing advertisement things, like shorts about the Community Wixo, what we bring to it, you know? And I do think it would be a cool idea. Yeah, I can make shorts about it. IW. I mean, you already do. So I was like, why not? Yeah. And I can't do Community Wixo no more. Like, I can't do it on my own. So that's like, why do it on my own when I can bring the we? We can do it. We as the community bring the name to Community Wixo, you know? And it's just like, I've seen kidnapped. I've been kidnapped by Riri. Oh no, you can't be kidnapped by Riri. You're lying. Riri's too good. Riri's too much of a good boy to kidnap you. Your mic volume's being weird? How's it being weird? Wait, hold up. Is that better? Like, I could do this and just get closer. Get up close and personal with y'all. You know? Is that like night and day? If it do be like night and day. Yeah, it might be just my mic proximity. Channel's already made. I just need members. I got a group chat and everything already made. No members in the group chat, only me. So that's sad. But yeah, stability layer for this needs to be fixed. But I am turning that into a collab channel. Add me. Alright. And we're gonna post once a week for once a week for the main videos. So I can't record constantly. I'm gonna be constantly doing stuff now because I will be doing like the possible history, the alternate history style content. And let me know if this is like really crappy volume, because I can always like adjust the gain. You know, 6-7 said because I feel like it. All right. Oh, I can't find Republic of Italy. Hold up, Italy, Italy, where are you? Hold up. Oh, I don't have him added. I'm so tired of that joke. This, whatever. Omega, if you can add Republic of Italy to it. All right. What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of What If Civilization Started in a Nuclear Fallout. Now, some things have changed to the map, so let me go and show the new layers. Now, this new layer called names, we will be making names as we go on, but do comment names for countries. And I do think names for countries could be very cool, especially with this series, as we're sort of experimenting with countries that we don't even have to like fathom, different types of countries and all that we can't even understand. Like, it's insane. And then another thing that I did add is like a federation layer. So if I turn off the province map, boom, we got the federation like side. So you can see where the federal republics and federal states are of these countries. Now, not every country is a federation, but some countries are. Like India up here is not a federation. This side of India is. There's no federations in Europe. There's not many federations in the world. This country is a federation, as you can see. It's not done, but yeah, it's not gonna be perfect for right now. But a lot needs to be fixed with this. But we can do a lot to fix up this map. So for our first and very sad event, we see a new event happening, and it's going to be these two nations. Since their governments weren't properly set up, they will be collapsing into a few pieces. Racist pieces. So we do have racism in my series, but it's not racism. It's a different like thingy. It's complicated, but it's not racism. It's not racism and it's racism at the same time. It's not, I wouldn't say it's racism, but it kind of is, but at the same time it's kind of not. So first thing we see is Mozambique letting go of their puppet in here, and a new mutant nation is going to be formed. Now, this mutant nation is going to be different than before. It is going to be a democracy, unlike other nations. Yeah, I'm filming another Wixo Nuke episode, but y'all can like suggest names and all that mess afterwards. So this southern, I don't want to make another Qatar colored country. I don't want to make a brown country. Hmm. Oh, here. That does that look clean, guys? Like the two Iberian nations? That looks too similar to the proximity. I'm gonna need. Forgive me for copying Ada's. It is a different color, but the dark cyan team. Listen to the clip I sent you. How's that bad? Be sure to like the stream and subscribe to Angolan Ball Mapping. Fridge, thank you. Not fridge. Fish. Too many F's. But do like the stream, I guess. Do be kind of annoying to say that. But do like the stream. You know, because it do help me out. Is the community Wixo server image AI? Yes, it is. I'm so sorry. Um, yo, I'm guessing provinces. Yo, province map memorized for real, for real. Okay, I'm drawing a new one. Yeah, please do draw a new one. Here we also see this dark cyan country. Once you're like mid drawing it, if you don't finish it, just send it to me. Also, what community Wixo server? So community Wixo is like a series I'm doing with now more people, but it's like Wixo. No, no provinces for community Wixo. Y'all can do that if you want, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing provinces for community Wixo. Never doing provinces for community Wixo. So that first Moroccan country. Hold up, guys. I got like some old countries that were here. Is it in 7? No, it's not in episode 7. It's in like episode 10? No, not in episode 10. It's in like 11. Yes, it is. What about episode 12? Can I get it in 12? Do I have episode 12? Wait, what are the names of these? Where's 12? There's 12. So 12, like, wow. So this is the current capital. So what I could do is I could take this country's borders, line it up here. Can't line it up with province map though, which sucks. But what I can do is I can do this. Now that lines up with provinces. A little bit flawed, but I can release it. Damn it, my mouse died. Funny, the Mediterranean is a lake and it has been able to stay literally cut in half IRL. Just wouldn't happen. Oh yeah. Looks cool. Yeah, it does look cool. That's the reason I did it. But I do think someone's going to dig a canal through there. You're just gonna have the Gibraltar Canal. The Gibraltar Canal is a good idea, I think. The collab channel is up on YouTube, but it has no videos on it, right? So we're gonna have to like take my videos, bring it on there. So it's gonna be a little bit weird. South Africa? South Africa. Which South African country? Which one? Which one? Which one? That one. That one. The purple country? Make it to where it would naturally, slowly form naturally, and the surrounding countries begin construction. Like the. Oh, yeah, with Gibraltar opening up. The colored one? Can you send me a link to the channel, please? I can't find it. Yeah, I'll send it to everybody soon. But but we are going to post on it. Uh, I gotta bring over the episodes, so I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna figure out how. And I can't zoom out. I can't. Guys, what? Oh, I can't because my keyboard is off. Lazy to let his lip sync so much trash. I'll send the link in a minute. In a minute. In a minute. Hold up. I have it. I know that for a fact. Oh god, religion layer. This is the religion layer, guys. You just realized Doggerland is back? My series is a W because of the geography, bro. Like, best series ever, just because of the geography. I love it. I love working on this map. Doggerland's just like, oh my god. It's so good. Like, no complaints there. I love the geography of my series. W map, I know, right? Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all so much for realizing that, though. How do we post it, too? Well, depending on what y'all use, because there's an email system you could use, and then there's just the hard way. We might just do it the hard way, depending on how comfortable you are. But, just make a separate email if you want to. That way I don't have to upload every little thing you do. But if you want me to just do every little thing for the uploads and then just you don't give me your email, that's fine. It's the safer way, I think. There's really no risks with it. But I mean, I've done it a million times. It's just a fake email. That's all you gotta make. Because don't give me your email. I do not want anyone's email. One pixel every single time. It just randomly appeared it would sync faster than me when I get into bed. Well, there's more water on this earth. Uh, there's just generally more water. Yeah. So like for some areas, like because of collisions, there's less and more. So some it's weird. So like water's completely redistributed because this. So water flows differently and everything. And then the Suez Canal can't be dug here. So like water works completely different on this reality, I guess. The Green Sahel Federation would be cool. Cuba is Mexican. Cuba is Mexican. Well, this is Cuba. This is Central America. This is the remains and everything. So it's like kill me now sometimes. And then I gotta bring over some of this because I did take these like formations from stuff. So I do gotta fix some of this stuff up. Zealandia, just a work in progress over here. I haven't done anything to it in a while. Need to fix it up a lot. Probably will just end up tracing it out again because I messed up so badly on it. What is the backstory? Did World War IX happen? So, in the alternate future of the World Series that I have not dropped yet because it's going to be extremely lit and there's going to be 3D animations and all that mess. So, with alternate future of the world, there was lots of nuclear resources, lots of nuclear power plants, and over time, when that civilization died out due to asteroids, the civilization that I had originally, after the asteroids hit Earth and everything, right? They were living normally, right? And then over time, because natural nuclear reactors exist, um, over time, those natural nuclear reactors just submerged into like aqueducts and all that mess. So those aqueducts were holding um a natural nuclear reactor within them, right? And then those natural nuclear reactors all failed simultaneously or around the same time and just blew up the world. And over time, as with asteroids hitting the Earth, civilization was able to reset, but there was tribal people who understood like the technology they had before. Because my original Wixo was almost at colonization and all this mess, so they could explore fully the world already. They're like super advanced. Like they could explore the whole world if they wanted to, but they can't because of nuclear radiation. Also, there's a large amount of racism in my like scenario, because for a reason, um you gotta include some sort of discriminatory history. Like history's not always perfect, you know. So I want to include the dark side of history and how stuff actually legitimately works and how dark the world is. But I also want to make it in sort of like a Wixo fashion where, yeah, this will happen. I mean, humans are born to hate. We know that. We've hated against ourselves, but they're not hating against themselves. They're hating against the mutants and the creatures that evolved over time. So this is a completely different type of scenario compared to any other scenario where you would have racism, but it's not talked about in their series. And I'm like, why are they not talking about discrimination? Discrimination is going to happen no matter what. How they change after that, like, major point where they had slavery matters. Because we have not, as a society, we have not changed too much. We need to change more. And as a person living with all these people and just growing up in this world where I'm learning about the dark sides of history. Why can't we include the dark sides of history in a Wixo where we know something dark is going to happen no matter what? Why can't we talk about it? And then we can understand from that scenario what we could do to make the world a better place for the future. And I think that's beautiful. The concept is great. Someone should start an alternate future of Wixo. For example, you. I'm not starting an alternate future of Wixo. Um, ever. No. No, I'd rather just stop Wixo entirely. Like, it ain't funny. Like, I'm not doing alternate future of Wixo. Ever. Never ever doing that. I'd rather just not. Ever. I should start one in the future. Like, yeah. Alright, that's a good idea. But I'm not going to branch off of someone's content if unless it's like Wixo where you can sort of branch off of them and do the same thing, but it ain't theirs. It's different. But directly branching off of someone's content, like as Switzerland did, no, I'm never doing that. Now I get he was doing it for Altsen, and all of his viewers were Altsen's viewers, and that's the reason Altsen's so popular is because Switzerland did alternate future of his Wixo, but never do an alternate future of someone else's Wixo. That's just branching off of their content. And I'll never do it, even to Ada's. I might do it for Ada's Wixo, but that's a different story. He's much more popular than me, and all my viewers are probably his viewers too. Like, it makes sense. Why wouldn't I branch off of that? And that's what Altsen did, and I respect that. Nothing wrong with that. But branching off of someone like Altsen, not a big YouTuber, big Wixo YouTuber, but branching off of someone's Wixo like that, nah, I'm never going to do that. Fandom is cooked unless Ada's makes a season 2. I don't think so. Now, there's people who haven't watched Wixo who like Wixo. You know, there's people who haven't watched his Wixo who like watching Wixo. I know it's a little bit hard to imagine, but there's people who have never watched Data's Pro who have watched Alzheimer's content, Norwegian's content. Like, it does not matter. Ada's Pro could quit tomorrow. Does not matter. Fandom's still going to be here. It's going to be weaker, but it's still going to be. It's not going to be easy to kill. And if it is, I'm disappointed in Wixo. But it won't be. I mean, just because it is stops doesn't mean a lot of people aren't interested in mapping. Yeah, I think if Ada stops Wixo, the Wixo fandom's just going to branch off to other people's Wixos. a country's color that I really like here. I think I should make a country. The country's leaders can talk episodes of Community Wixo while declaring war. So I think we shouldn't do that, but we could for people who want to do that. But in all reality, that's going to be a little bit more difficult. So I don't think we should do that. When Ada's Wixo ends, his viewers are just going to go looking for similar content. Yeah. People like Angolan, Norwegian, or I am Angolan. Shoot. I've been called my real name too much. Chat, I need to change my name to Angolan so I can remember who I am again. No, for real though, I want to change my legal name to Angolan eventually. Like, I wouldn't be against it. Angolan ball mapping. Austin, Texas. Yo, John Angolan. No, for real though? For real though? Like, legal name. Last name ball. Or mapping. Last name mapping. Middle name ball. Like, I'm going to do that eventually. 100k subs. And I will change my legal name to the name of my channel. And I will be the first person in the world to have the name Angolan ball mapping. I don't care how much effort it takes to get my name changed. It will be changed. Hello, Mr. Angolan ball mapping. Yo, last name is going to be for real, if I become like a history professor or something at like a college, Mr. Mapping's going to be to my name. And what I could do instead of playing oversimplified videos, I could play my own videos. But oversimplified is played in the classroom. So my goal with the alternate future project thingy, because my history teacher sucks, I'm going to make videos for him to play the entire class. So I can actually just learn something a little bit. Like, I want to learn something in history class. I don't want to sit there waiting and waiting, looking at his misspellings. Like, holy bro. I can spell better than him. Mr. Mapping, I need help on my geography homework. No, for real though, Mr. Mapping. Get used to calling me it. Because it ain't going back. Mr. Mapping. Middle name Ball. That's gonna be the weirdest middle name ever. Middle name Ball. Bro, wait, I got a whole semester to do geography because I'm in. Yo! You're. You're. Yo, I wish I. Yo! Lucky you. Lucky you, bro. Lucky you. Y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta move. Give me the juice. Ooh. I so for real though, I didn't take geography. I haven't took geography at all. I want to take geography eventually. I don't want to make the other kids feel stupid. Yeah, I don't want to make the other kids feel stupid either. But geography class, like, you know how easy that would be? Like easy A, easy credit. Like no matter what teacher you have, you can pass that class. It's an easy credit. Take geography. Easy credit. My school doesn't even offer a geography class, I don't think. It's easy. An easy high school credit. And what do you know? If you learn something, you're not gonna, but it's going to be easier for you to memorize things. Like memorization skills. Because I slip up sometimes. But if I took a geography class, hey, I wouldn't slip up, but I'd still know it just like before. You know? I'm not bad at geography. Bro, I'm in sixth grade, I got 100% quarterly grade in fourth and second quarter. I have no clue what that means. But good job, bro. No clue what that means. But good job. I'm already known by my sophomore classmates for finishing a Spanish geography test in less than 1.5 minutes. It was very easy. Bro, I'm already known somewhat in my history class for finishing a quiz on the French and Indian War. Remind you, is a quiz, so it's graded like a test grade and all that mess. High grade value mess. And I got 100 on it before the teacher could finish giving instructions. Remind you, I don't know much about the French and Indian War. Like one question I guessed on. Every classroom has a Mr. Mapping. Nah, not every classroom. There's a few classrooms without a Mr. Mapping. Uh Classrooms without Mr. Mappings are hard. Hardest classrooms ever. I was the Mr. Mapping. Who here is the Mr. Mapping of your class? We're all weird like that. Like I don't know what y'all think, but we're weird like that. We are the Mr. Mappings. It ain't weird. My bad for the derogatory term or whatever you want to call it. But no, we are weird. If you accept that we're weird, okay, I don't care. I could care less. But you are weird. Weird in a good way. You know, a weirdo, but one of the good ones. We're we're the weirdos, but we're the good ones. Like we're not the we're gonna stalk you on social media, then stalk you in real life weirdos. We're the hey, look at this map. This map looking fine as all get out. Ooh, this border is good. Ew, get away from me. Borders suck. Ew. Yeah, well, whoa. It's different now for us. We're not the ones talking about girls all day that are weird and all that mess. We're the ones who are talking about maps all day. I used to get picked on because I didn't want to give answers because I finished in like less than 3 minutes on tests and quiz. Okay, I just got DMs from. Oh my god. Bro, don't. No. No. Envy so funny things when you're the one receiving. Bro, like, oh god. I don't like that. Hold it. Um, very manly. Very manly man that calls maps cool. Bro, I don't know what's with it though, for real though. Like, why are we so map? We are literally map. Not the Predator maps. Um, I'm now at 14 subscribers. Bro, Kingdom of Red Italy, you're going to be at 100 subs in no time if we get this community Wixo thing set up. Because one thing, we're going to post once a week. I'm going to post like 3 times a week. Or no, 3 times a month. Or 2 times a month. It doesn't matter. 1.5 times a month. Whatever. I'll post every other week. Every Tuesday. Yeah. Nobody cares. But, what we're going to start doing is, since I'm going to be busy, y'all are going to upload once a week. I'm going to upload once a week. Keep on switching. So every other week. But then for the short form creators who are making content about Project Datas, W. Absolute W. You can post whenever. We do not care whenever. But you will be advertising the Discord server. And it's going to get out. And you can post it on your channel, post it on Community Wixo. I don't care. Just get it on there. Community Wixo if it's about Community Wixo too. But make sure it's a short thingy, not a long form. Long forms are only going to be Community Wixo videos. My favorite social studies teacher called me a geo guy as a nickname, and I loved it. Bro, that's crazy. I got 62 views on my last video. W. I'm close to 25 subs. W. I'm on 21. Yo, these small channels, like Kingdom of Red Italy, if you really want to grow, bro, and get to like somewhere, you gotta have connections. And anyone who does not have connections is gonna stay in the small mapping community. Like, I had connections with a Norwegian right off the bat. Pretty impressive. I don't think so. I think it's just chance. Um, I had connections with him like right off the bat because Discord server he was actually active on. You know, pretty easy to get in contact with him when I started, and then I just branched off on my own. I was like Norwegian's friend. Still am ish. Don't talk to him much at all. But no. Like connections work. Connect yourself with the larger mapping community. They'll respect you, hopefully. Olsen is iffy on small mappers. I don't blame him. I'm iffy on small mappers. But I do believe that we need to be more accepting of welcoming small mappers. And what better way to have a collab channel that brings in new mappers under my wing? Gets them sort of like street cred, whatever you want to call it, like street cred. It is street cred in the mapping community. I can do edits, but I only have phone. I don't have PC. Yeah, that's fine, bro. Still gonna give you that credit that you do deserve as a small mapper making your way to the top. Everyone in the mapping community deserves a chance. And I'm close to the top. I'm not at the top. I'm close to the top. You know, the definitions of a large mapper are changing fast. As, like, yeah, I heard map collectives back from the grave, but a definition of a larger mapper is changing fast. A lot of people are getting into the community and leaving. Leaving now because of school. So, like, if you can go through school, W. Yeah, same. I have no keyboard or mouse. Alright. But if you can go through school and, like, do school and map, you're good. You're cooking. I'm struggling with school and balancing my YouTube channel. I'm not gonna struggle for much longer. I'm just getting into the works of it. I got upload schedule and all that mess, so I'm fine. But for those people who are like younger, you don't want to make an upload schedule. You need to make an upload schedule. I can't normally record after school. I stream sometimes, but that's going to change. I can't normally do that for a while. You know? Can't keep up with it. And since I can't keep up with it, what am I going to do? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to completely like restart what I'm doing. So I'm changing up my content, appealing to a different style of viewers. And if I appeal to this different style of viewers with the possible history viewers, I think appealing to those viewers could be a thing to get my channel growing. But there's still a good amount of people who watch my streams, like my streams. There's still a good amount of people who like my Wixo. And then maybe I can get those possible history guys into Wixo, and then they can be like, oh yeah, I like Wixo. Cool idea. Yay. I'm gonna watch more people who do content like this. But no, for real, street cred. In the mapping community, the biggest thing that can project yourself is knowing mappers. Not just knowing mappers, having a history of mappers. Because I was in Pookie, believe it or not, barely in Pookie mappers. I don't do collab channels well, depending on the people in the collab channels. 100%. But Pookie mappers, not the place for me. So I left it. Still connected with those people. Still talk to them sometimes. don't talk to them anymore. Uh, Lots of work ethic problems because you do know, sometimes you do gotta recognize it is a place of work sometimes, but it changes from a place of work to a place of just having fun. Um, and it changes like that crazy, like crazy. It's weird. So, what I want to do is I want to appeal to a different style of viewers, get viewers watching my stuff that have never watched it before. And if I can do that, I will be great. I will be happy, appealing to these viewers. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to appeal to these viewers. And then I can. I want to connect with these viewers. I want to see what they like. I want to get more into history instead of Wixo. Maplore teaching program. I do say that, but it's getting smaller mappers up there with me and Ender. Now Ender has fallen off. I'm probably going to beat him to 2K. To be honest, he might lose subs, so he might be at like I don't know 1K. I'll probably yeah. So I'll probably catch up to Ender sometime soon. I want to beat Ender to 2K. Ender's seriously fallen off though. And then he has these allegations that are crazy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, these are the reasons why." Like, no, people just ain't watching your content, man. And I love Ender. I love and respect Ender. Not in a weird way, but I should respect Ender as a YouTuber. I respect him, but the blame game ish, it's not my thing. Now I used to be like, "Oh wow, I took a hit. I knew why I took a hit, and then I recovered." Um, yeah. On Fridays, I have all day to record. W. What was that Southern Italian country? That Southern Italian country was like colored a weird color. Maybe it's in episode 9. It was the pink Italian country. But didn't the pink Italians be the ones they ended up fighting in 11? Yeah, the pink Italians were the ones. Well, let's get to 12. They were fighting the pink Italians. I want to make a new Italian nation. Yo, chat, what should I make this new Italian nation's color? New Italian nation being right here. I wish I had a plan to record. My choices were either after school or after work. So like green GFM green. No. No F words allowed? No, yeah, no F words are allowed in my chat, bro. A GFM green color. That's a weird one. But I like it, you know? The France the French green, it was like, yes. Now you're a good color. Like I can get behind that color. I love the GFM green. Come on, the F word does not have four letters. Everybody knows the F word does not have four letters. It's dang it. I can't say it. Um the F word has like six letters. I'm not saying it. Yo, Kingdom of Red Italy, I swear to God. Swear to God. Making me mad. Remove it. Good boy. And Omega, I know you removed it. That's why I said good boy. But no, do get used to the zestiness of the mapping community. Because the mapping community is the zestiest community you will ever meet. I think the Pride community is less zesty than the mapping community. And that's being 100% honest. I don't know if there's facts backing that up, but I think it is. Yo, someone look up the facts on that. Because I think we are. A whole group just dedicated to being with the opposite gender. Or whatever you're attracted to. We're zestier than them. Guaranteed. No denying it. Like, you're zestier than them. Yo, remove that. Get out, Benito. Bro, I've been making the same thingy for a while now. Yo, 32 minutes before I'm untimed out from the Atis Pro server for getting Atis Pro pregnant. Bro, I wish I could say sorry to Atis for getting him pregnant, but I can't. so I'm kind of timed out of his Discord server. Oh, and yes, the rumors are true. I did get Adiz pregnant. Daily South Africa updates? I'll do a daily South Africa update today. He is not pregnant. Bro, Wolf 3, I got proof he's pregnant. If he's not pregnant, then why did I get timed out for pregnant Adiz, bro? Exactly. No facts to back that up. He's male? So what? So what? So what? He's male. Nobody cares about his gender. Are you sexist towards males, bro? No. Omega. I like that, but no. Don't associate it with the map or country. Actually. Omega, where's the exclave? Where? Where's the exclave? Where's Angola's exclave? I'm down to use that. Where's Angola's exclave? I'm down to use it though. But where's Angola's exclave? No, I'm not sorting the custody battle anytime soon. I was joking about that. It wasn't on the map. I don't care. Fix it. Fix it. Like, this is what he sent me? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Where? Where? Where is it? It's supposed to be right here. Right here. Where? I will literally add it for you, bro. It's easy. Easy as all get out. Oh, God. So it's like, hold up. Hold up. Angola's my favorite country. But the exclave's, like, right in between their DRC border. So, what we gotta do is, if we want to get this correct, we're gonna have to trace it. Or, yeah, there's, like, lots of little lines and swivels in the border. So, I know it goes, like, wrong color. I know it goes, like, I know it goes, like, boom, shoom, shoom, shoom. Where, yeah, it's weird looking. It is weird looking as all get out. Um, beautiful. Holy, beautiful. Absolutely. Mwah. Beautiful. Like, kiss the map. So pretty. Shoot, I gotta go over here. Join Wixo. So like, you go to like one of the episodes of like Community Wixo, right? No, I'm joking with the like stuff. But you go to one of the episodes of Community Wixo. Um, and you just find the link. Swiss provinces. Yo, I can't add that to my map. Don't make provinces unless you're on Paint.net. I left the Community Wixo server due to drama. Yeah, that's fine. I wish you could be in there, bro. There's some cool stuff going on. And it's great. I like that server a lot. That's my favorite server so far. It's a great server. Has its flaws, I will say that, but it's better hearted than any of my other servers. What's the color I could use here? So I already got green, yellow, pink, purple. Could do cyan. A cyan color. I have too many cyan colors nearby. I could do like a tan color. Well, I have a tan color nearby. Check DMs, bro. Huh? Don't say it. He's just a kid. He's just a kid. Does not know better. He's just a kid. He does not know better. All right. I've suffered a great loss. My mental health drained. Just drained. Just took a minute. Took a minute to realize what happened. My mental health strained. I'm not able to stream because I'm crying because I saw France job grass in deployment. I don't think I'm gonna be able to recover from this. Not anytime soon. I saw some things I don't want to talk about, and I saw France grass job in deployment. Nothing's worse than French people working jobs and talking about employment and their beefs with England. And I'm sorry if you can't hear me because I'm not speaking up, but yeah, um, I'm so sorry for not speaking up. um, I was not being loud enough, and I just realized that on my OBS too. Like, holy I like that color. This is not the perfect borders, but this is gonna be like our Switzerland. Um, Send channel link. I'll send it in a minute. But we do gotta upload all the previous community Wixo stuff, which I do hope you know that will be annoying. It's been like 30 minutes though. I will send it and I will advertise it on my channel. Don't worry. And I just gotta give birth to all these dictatorships. Oh, that's not a new nation. This is how this land is divided up. Now, a major important thing with this is that this brown Angolan country will be getting this like little area over here, so they have all of like West Africa area, and then this Mozambique or not Mozambique, this purple Tanzanian country is going to be getting all this area over here, connecting themselves up with the Red Sea. Now, this is a very bad border. I do realize it. But it is Colonial Goals 101. Connect Adriatic to West Africa. They have all the way over here, and then they can trade over here. Yeah, W. And Suez Canal doesn't exist over here, but this side can trade with here. They can control more trade down here, so just generally makes sense. And then India is a lot more restricted, and they have to do a lot more. But here we see is a giant birth of dictatorships. And the one country we see here is this neutral democracy appearing here in the middle of chaos. And my bad, but this Italian team is a dictatorship. I forgot to make the ideologies, but I will do that. But this Angolan team is going to monopolize all of West Africa. Now, monopolizing all of West Africa will be a pretty major event for any nation in this area. And just monopolies are gaining power. By the way, this is the ideology mess. If you do want anything changed, let me know. But this is what the borders look like right now. Major border changes. But let's move on to something else. The episode last recorded least episode 6. I don't know what videos to make anymore. I mean, Benito, you got a whole. I don't know. You got a whole catalog of people who will give you ideas. Pick one. Mm. Pick one person to give you an idea. correctly. I wrote 2 paragraphs for lore of Italy becoming fascist. Well, Omega send Angolan episode 5 map. Well, Omega has to send me his map for it, then I gotta send him my map, and then I gotta merge the maps. Because there is some stuff I did not add. So you did lots of Maplore docs things. So I'm checking the Maplore thing real quick. Where's the script? Oh god. Where's the document, Benito? Where's the stuff? Where's the Where's the Oh, never mind. I'm slow. But we do need to get this Mapler project going. Major thing is Benito won't write his script. Benito has to write his script. Um, Omega, if you could write script, I don't know if you can. It's simple stuff. I'm creating. Okay, Benito. I'm gonna act like I didn't see that. All right, let's go to our daily South African update. So I did add names for this region. We have the Cape country and the South African original country. So what we see here is actually this orange team and this brown team up over here of ruler of South Africa. So what they're going to do is what the brown team's going to do is they're going to be like, hey, I know we're in this sort of like South African holy whatever, but they're gonna be like, I don't care. And then we see this orange team being like, hey, I'm gonna jump you too. But then we see this Cape country, that's what it's named, invading into its neighbor right over here, quickly annexing it. And they're going to be like, hey, Orange Country, back off. And they're going to push deep and quickly into the Orange Country. And they're like, we'll back off, we'll back off. And the red team does not care. And what we see quickly happening is South Africa and this country just pushing quickly into the Orange Country, and South Africa pushes, and there. And then with the brown team, South Africa does the same thing, but this time they're going to be pushing much quicker with the Cape, giving them like resources and supplies. So with this, South Africa pushes the brown team back, and let's see a peace treaty here. You could perhaps call the tan South African Natal Coast. I've liked the African country, South African country, best nation ever. I mean, I like how the ideology, like not the ideology, but the religion layer plays into this, and then you got like general stuff on how it's played in. Like you got Holy South African Empire Alliance, like the Holy Russian Empire Alliance. Like it's insane. And then you don't even have capitals for some of these nations. They're just thrown together. So it's insane. So this is what the borders look like with the Cape Country in South Africa becoming very close after this war. And if we see the alliance layer, we see this South African nation being like, hey, I'm not the only South African. You are too. So what they do is they're going to give the Cape Country a higher position in the South African um Holy Empire. So let's go ahead and see that. It's not so South African. It's not so holy, but it is. It's not quite an empire. Um, it isn't holy. It's quite flawed. It is South African. So at least they got that on the HRE. Yeah, no, I lied. I'm just gonna listen to Haiti Colombian for 2 hours straight. Alright. Oh, hail Colombia. That's shocking. When do you think you're gonna get 1,000 subscribers? I mean, at least by the end of September. I think. I think that would be somewhat accurate. So what we will see is the occupier of the holy South African country is going to be the white, and then this is going to be like, hey, I have higher influence over these countries, and then the normal stuff is just going to be your usual South African Holy Empire member, and with this, these countries are going to be like, no, I don't like this. So they're going to be like, hey, Orange Team, I invade you. And I'm not going to make these invasions since it's quick and these countries are very weak. And they're going to annex border nations before they join the Holy South African Empire. So what we see here is before this country is invaded, they join the Holy South African Empire. see through what they do with those who like to use that dumb thing distract with fact. German communist music slaps. I don't know. I've never listened to German communist music. Yeah, I know he sent the map to me. I gotta finish recording this episode. So, an important event is going to be happening. So, here we see with the newly annexed territories and the strain on the Angolan Empire from they're managing this French area in the mutant country and them just generally trying to explore, expand, and trade with other nations. This little colony area, due to its mixed up religions and previous like occupiers and all that mess, they're going to just be like, all right, we want independence and we want independence now. And they're going to be chanting, we want independence, and they're not being properly represented in the government. So they're going to be like, nah, we're not going to give you independence. And they're going to be like, no, give us independence. So what they do is they have a big revolutionary war. So there's going to be lots of revolutionaries in here, but up here also in the newly annexed territories, there's going to be revolutionaries, and they're not being represented properly. So we see a lot of this coastal land being just put into the rebellious force. Now here up here is going to obviously be put into the rebellious force, and let me turn um provinces off. But this rebellious force is going to be like, hey, we're gonna be like sending messages up here to Angola, these other nations around them that are against colonialism, like in the Square Alliance. They're going to be like, no, get out of here, stop interfering with these guys. And what we see here is a massive, just the Angolan Navy completely surrounds this area and completely turns this side away from the rest of the rebellion. And so they quickly surrender on over. But this side of the rebellion keeps on pushing, keeps on fighting for what they used to have and their sovereignty. They want to protect their sovereignty. And as a nation, they've been occupied by these guys for around 50 years, 75 years, occupied by Angola. So they're just going to be like, we want our independence. We're a different group. And since they are cutting off the Angolan Navy, they're going to surrender. And in years later, we see a peace treaty. 80, not 80 years, but 15 years later, after the fighting's done, we see a peace treaty. And this peace treaty is going to be a big for the Angolan Empire. Now, keep in mind, a few nations have been aiding this rebellion over here, particularly the Square Alliance, but another nation that I will not name, and it's going to be over here, is going to be aiding the rebellion. But actually, I'm going to name it. So, here we actually see the um Mozambique country aiding. So they're going to get a little bit of land out of this. So let's go and see the peace treaty for this. Yeah, I have a headache. Ache. All right. Here we see the Mozambique gaining all these lands, but this little area in Angola is just kept away from being independent. And that is making the Mozambique country very angry, but at the same time, they can't do anything about it. So, if we go ahead and look at what we have for the province map, we have that. But this country is going to be sort of like a federation. But first, we see them giving up some different religious lands that are not connected by religion and are more familiar with other countries. So they're not going to give up land. They're going to give up like rights to the land, like hunting rights, resource rights, and stuff like that. But this is going to be our very first African Federation, I think. Yeah, African Federation. So this federation is going to be built up very differently than any other federation. It's going to give not too much extreme power to this federation, but it's going to sort of work like the US in a way, with them giving power to a president, with their origins being risen up from the country right over here, but they're going to give more power to the states and forming a proper federation. Now, this country right over here is a bit flawed because they do have a lot more decisions to make fast, but this country will be able to make its federation much simpler, much more power for the states. So let me go ahead and make the state borders. So if I want to make this real good, I'm gonna separate it based off of religious identity. I know where I'm going now. Alright, bro, Angola, my short, we got 1K views. W. Alright. Um, hmm. Do your shorts not usually get 1K views or above? Or like 1K ain't much for a short, bro. No matter what sub you're at, 1K is like low. Sorry to break it to you, but 1K is low. Good depending on the short. If it's a longer short, 1K is actually pretty good for longer shorts. But if it's not a longer short and it's just your usual short and it's like 15 seconds or less, nobody really cares. It's 1K. But if it's longer than 30 seconds, W, because that's extremely difficult to reach. Not usually. All right, then that's a accomplishment. Here we see this is the federations of the federal republics or federal states of Western Africa. Now, this Western African Federation is going to be struggling at first, very hyperinflated economy, and they do owe a lot of debts to different countries. Now, this will mark the future of this scenario as they're the third federation in my series, no fourth. But I do want Asia, some stuff in Asia happening, so we might be seeing stuff like with that. But I do want Europe to partially be colonized, partially not. Mainly like up here in like France. Didn't say that slur. Um, and like the UK, maybe in Greenland a little bit, like lower Greenland and Iceland. But colonization is going to be very interesting in the series. So I want to see what y'all think I should do. But names, type them in the comments. Please do. Love you all. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I stopped recording. I'm going to have to edit that, but I'm not going to edit it today. I'm just going to put it in YouTube and use the YouTube Studio algorithm to do it because I'm hella lazy right now. Or I might just edit the file on CapCut and just not use the. I'm just gonna edit on CapCut. Not using CapCut's too difficult, to be honest, and it's not a efficient method. So I gotta merge these. So my biggest thing is I gotta merge every single country. Omega, I subscribe to you. You weren't subbed to Omega before? Oh wow. Such a horrible person. Oh wow. Oh wow. Wow. Never thought anyone could stoop that low, even though I'm probably not subbed to Omega myself because of how often I reset my subs. But wow. 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 How could you, bro? How You're evil, bro. And I'm not even gonna joke with you here. You're evil. And I think it's extremely unfair to Omega that these evil people aren't subbed to his channel. So evil. Yeah, you better apologize. Good boy. I bet you like that. Being called a good boy. Yo. What's wrong? You don't like being called a good boy? Say Alabama? Why? What did I just walk into? Bro, I was just calling him a good boy. Nothing wrong with that. He was being a good boy too. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not odd me calling someone a good boy. Alright, bro. Alright, bro. Pretty decent, if I do say so myself. Um, yeah, goodbye, guys. I gotta get to bed.